Welcome back, Frankie. What's your topic?
My topic is TV shows from our childhoods.
Ooh,
So fun times. I was one of those kids who just anything on a moving screen was fascinating, and just like. I would literally just sit there and just like I obviously channel surf and stuff, but like I could watch anything and just like go for hours. So I guess the big one obviously The Simpsons.
I wasn't allowed to watch it until I was
Really?
not till like 9, and I think that's why it's one of my favorite shows now because it's that fuck you, I'm done. I can watch it now.
I think for me it was more like my parents were kind of like, should you be watching this?
Yeah.
I don't, but they didn't know enough to be like, all right, no, because I know South Park was the one that I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid.
That's always too late anyway. Like,
Well, yeah, but I'm like, occasionally you'd still be up or you'd sneak down or something. But it was just, even as a kid, I was like, when I did like the very random times I was able to watch it, I was like, I don't actually enjoy this. Like, this is even to this day, I'm not really a South
I love
Park.
South Park, but because it's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
When you actually read into
it's
it.
It's really topical.
Oh, of course. And I love that about it. And I love the whole how, like, because I do it in like a week or something.
Yeah.
So, how it's that current, not like the slice of life stuff, but I'm just kind of like, the humor's too much for me, I think. It's a bit, I'm not into that kind of.
Well, you were saying that, if you sneak down, you might catch it. My thing when I was young, and this was when I was like 10, I used to be fascinated with Texas Hold'em poker. So I'd watch the World Poker Tour thing on a Saturday night at midnight. And my favorite thing was when it was the celebrity one. I didn't recognize many people, but I recognized James Woods just because it was a famous name. But the best one, William Shatner, because growing up, parents and stuff had exposed me to Star Trek. Wasn't a fan, but I knew who William Shatner was, and it was hilarious.
I think he was another one of those ones that I didn't know. I only knew who he was through like references to him rather than because that's me with a lot of that stuff. Like I never actually watched it, but like because of pop culture, because I was so into pop culture, I can kind of bullshit my way through a conversation about that sort of stuff with rough.
Basically,
just
you get to that sort of that little bit where you're just like, I can talk about anything to a good level. Until it gets really serious and in depth, you're just like, okay, but you can have any conversation about anything pop culture to like this degree, and then if they go further, it's nice.
So like fake nerd girl, like what? No, but yeah, it's that kind of just because even like kind of sacrilegious, the Star Warses.
The Star Wars.
The Star
There's the
Wars.
door.
Yeah, no, I think I know. I'm like, no, but that's one. Like, I've seen enough references. Actually, I've seen the first one. I've seen the first one. And I've seen the Force Awakens. Yeah. So the first one is in the very first one made, not the first one in the because it's episode 4.
Yeah, the good one.
Yeah, but and also because I've seen all the Family Guy like parodies and stuff, and I've seen like the robot chicken ones, and obviously I know about it. So like Star Wars is the one that I'm like I could bullshit, and most people don't know. They just assume I love Star Wars because I love a lot of other nerdy stuff. So they're just like, oh, and they'll just go on this massive rant. I'm like, cool. Oh, great, that's awesome.
You're still a disgrace, over there.
I know.
On Star Wars, I saw this. My time is coming. At the Queensbury, there's a Star Wars trivia night. And I'm like, oh yeah. And there's a Marvel one as well. Marvel DC. I'm like, yes, my time to shine.
Let me know when the Marvel DC one, because that I could like fight.
You gonna come? It's next Wednesday.
Remind me.
Not that we're going to be there next Wednesday.
If anyone watches this and wants to come, just come.
Well, if you listen to Four Finger Discount, which is that Simpsons podcast, the two guys out of Geelong, they're openly like, I'm going to be in Adelaide on this day. Come meet me for a beer. I'll shout around. I'm like, guys,
play friends.
I will shout around to anyone who watches this and wants to come. Like, I'm not kidding, because the 4 people that will watch it between now and next week.
So you realise all our friends, the few friends of ours are going to be like,
I'll do it, even if it's...
just bribe people with alcohol.
Not on you. Well, going back to the TV shows, I think something that's come up quite a bit, Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park. A big part of our childhood was animation.
Definitely.
And the thing is, you don't realise that that's classified as anime until you get older, but some things we've talked about off screen, but things we've watched is, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z,
Sailor Moon,
Digimon, Simpsons, South Park, those ones we've mentioned. But
Simpsons and South Park aren't anime.
The animation.
No,
sorry, you said anime, so I assumed you meant like you realizing
Japanese.
like, oh, it's anime.
Yeah. No. Sorry, separate between animation and anime. But it's kind of that very childhood animation thing. And I know growing up, I was, not manipulated, but influenced to watch Disney films because that's where you learn all your good life lessons apart from how to treat women. because it's very much they're the damsel in distress. But we're past that now. 2017.
Yeah.
It's
Women
completely
can't
over.
read.
Issues completely
Yep,
gone.
feminism is fixed. No, my thing with Disney princesses, I remember as a kid, I hated Cinderella and I hated Snow White because
Boring.
no, well, shut up. But
The fact that they were basically drugged.
yes, but I didn't hate. Anyway, my reason was like Aurora, like Sleeping Beauty, and say like Little Mermaid, Ariel had long, flowing, beautiful hair. Why did they tie their hair up? Why didn't they have long, beautiful hair? They have hair. Why is it up? Or like especially this
like me.
thing.
Yeah, beautiful like Daniel.
Yeah.
You know what? You know which one was actually really scary? Bambi. That scene where the
Just
I
the-
still
dark.
think I haven't seen Bambi.
what are you even doing?
Yeah. Well, Disney gets dark, and you don't realize because it's colored by beautiful music and
Yeah,
color
yeah.
and everything. But you've got Pinocchio getting swallowed by a whale, Bambi's mum getting shot. You've got
Dumbo.
Dumbo.
The friggin' LSD.
Yeah, the
Again,
fucking
I
drug
haven't
trip.
seen Dumbo. I've seen that scene, and I'm already like,
There's one where everyone dies. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember which one.
like
but,
everyone.
but like
all the main characters?
Not the main character, but like everyone but the main character. And that's how it starts off with.
Brother Bear?
Tarzan.
Oh, and Tarzan. Yeah.
Everyone dies.
Brother Bear.
There's always a tear-jerking moment. Same with Lion King. Mufasa dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Did,
my
did
God.
you see that theory where Tarzan and Frozen are linked?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
their parents were on the way to the wedding.
Yeah.
It's weird. I wonder if the creator actually thought about that. If
Probably
they're just
not.
gone, yeah, why
Well,
not?
there's the other one that Ariel and Hercules are first cousins.
That's probably more realistic.
No.
No,
Mermaid's mythology.
it makes sense because Ariel is
He's-
the daughter of Triton, who is supposed to be like Poseidon, and then
Right.
Hercules is the son of Zeus, and Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades were brothers,
Yeah.
Oh.
so they're
Weird.
technically cousins,
Yeah.
and they're both ginger. So
Anyone can have gingivitis. It's serious.
It's a problem.
Not going to acknowledge.
Now, I wanted to say this because as soon as I heard we were talking about it, and as soon as you said in the last podcast, Pokemon or Digimon. I know you.
All right. Let me settle this. I mean, again, as I said, Pokemon, favorite thing in the world. The games are the best thing in the world. When it comes down to the quality of TV shows,
We're just talking about the TV show here.
TV shows, Digimon storyline destroys Pokemon. Pokemon was very much, and you don't realize it unless you binge it as a 23-year-old, that it's the same structure over and over again. Ash, Misty, and Brock, they'll travel, they'll run into a Pokemon, they'll try to catch the Pokemon, they'll get interrupted by Team Rocket, and once you hear that song 50 times in a row in a day, you just can't stand it
How does
anymore.
it go?
Prepare for trouble and make it
Yeah.
double.
to rid the world of devastation, to unite all peoples within our nation. Anyway.
Yeah, and so on. And then Resolve, Pikachu blows him out of the fucking water because he's OP. And then they finally figure out, rubber, it doesn't conduct electricity, but then fucking Charmander will come in and save the day. And then back to Pikachu the next episode. It gets very repetitive, whereas Digimon had this overarching storyline. You genuinely felt for the characters, worried them. Digimon as a series, much better. Pokemon as a brand, much better.
Yeah. Well, they
And-
marketed it. It survived so much better.
And because it started as the game, and I just don't think they captured it well.
Did it start with the cards or the game, or did the cards come after the game?
Game
Yeah, it was
cards show, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Well, there was
Actually, no, 'cause you had-
manga would have been first.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there was a manga, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Because I think
Like
because
you-
it's so old and so like prolific, I forget that.
Iconic.
Yeah. But like I always liked at my primary school we had the Pokemon cards, but no one knew how to do anything with them. So it was literally just for show. So I like Yu-Gi-Oh cards we knew, and that was fantastic. Like it was amazing. I ended up with one of the God cards because we actually did a Jewel's Kingdom one where if you won you got the best card.
That's so good. Well, did you have to think in primary school go around people who printed the fake
Yeah, or
godlike
the
cards?
projected.
Yeah.
I think I have a real one. I have two fake. The wing drag. I have the real obelisk.
Yeah.
I have the fake wing dragon and a fake Slifer. And my brother got the projector slide one,
Yep.
where you put on a projector and it projects it up the show. But it's like fantastic.
That's beautiful.
I really like the Digimon game, like the little you battle. That's something that
They were-
Pokemon until
it was
Pokemon.
basically Tamagotchi.
Yeah, but it was before Tamagotchi, wasn't it? Or
No,
not
Tamagotchi
Oh, yeah.
was original. They covered that. But yeah, you had like the 5 different
You had
versions.
Digimons and you could evolve them and you could.
Yeah.
Mine always evolved. Like I got this one really good one. I remember that would shoot rockets,
Mm.
and then after that, it always shot shit. Like when you don't take care of it, you don't do that.
Shit.
But I tried to take care of it, and it would be like this disgusting Pokemon, Digimon. See, I can't even think of it now. It's been so long.
It'd be like the garbage one. Or
Yeah,
whatever
and it
is.
would shoot literal shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't win with this.
Because I remember that was an actual monster in the Digimon TV series. And let me clarify, I watched this very recently. Instead of studying for Year 12 exams, I decided to binge all of Season 1 and 2 of Digimon. But yeah, the shit Pokemon... No, not Pokemon. Shit Digimon basically falls in love with one of the girls in the show. And it was just weird. I don't know what she didn't see in it.
I like that it's a little bit more realistic than Pokemon as well.
Yeah, because you've got real characters, real world.
Yeah.
They live in like Tokyo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't get with anime though, how every one, they're all white. Like it's set in Japan, China, all
they all speak in English.
See, Code Geass at least kind of explained that because it's like an alternate reality where the British Empire... I think the British Empire owned most of the world and they took over Tokyo. They took over, obviously, Japan. And then, so the Britannians were the ones that, like, essentially the Japanese became third-class citizens. And then, but the thing is, they all looked the same. So you couldn't actually tell who was supposed to be the Japanese and who was supposed to be the Britannians. I think because the Britannians were, like, they all had, like, the rainbow hair and stuff because, like, you know, the anime character.
Yeah.
And I think the Japanese just had, like...
black.
Yeah, or like brown hair, but I'm pretty sure there was still crossover, and you genuinely, if you
interbreeding.
No, but if you hadn't like watched, if you didn't know the context, you would have no idea who were the Japanese and who were the Britannians, because it was like the uprising and stuff. I feel like that's one I just stumbled on randomly and then I never saw the first 5 episodes because it was on SBS or whatever.
What was it?
Code Geass.
I have it, but I haven't watched it.
Because I've seen, and then they did the second season. I got like 4 episodes in, but this new character comes in who was the voice actor of Shinji from from Evangelion.
I haven't watched that either. I really want to watch it.
Okay.
I know what happened. Like,
that's one of the first ones I like not grow up, but that was like one of my big ones I used to watch as a kid.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, well, yeah.
Best show ever. Like, I'm still watching it right now, Dragon Ball Super.
So I tried going back to it because I loved it as a kid. The first episode's literally Goku riding on a cloud for 30 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I can't do it again.
Andrew, when he practiced, watched all of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't get good until he turns Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
When he practiced, Andrew.
Yeah.
Practiced what?
Trumpet.
Oh.
He's got this amazing gift where he can actually watch a show and I keep putting my hand in front of my face.
Yeah, just all right, John Cena.
Yeah, he literally can play and actually concentrate on music and watch a show. Like he watched American Sniper, Captain Phillips, like those really ones, and Interstellar, and actually watch them and practice. I need to sit there and go.
Yeah,
movie.
Especially something like Interstellar, where it's very like.
Yeah.
That's Interstellar. That's what it's like.
Just a clusterfuck.
But,
you guys touched on before that, about Digimon, you said that it has like this real world context. And I think that's what's cool about children's shows, because I think the people creating it, first of all, they're adults, so they don't want to create fluffy bullshit unless some of them do. But they've also got this, they've got this idea in their
that had some good messages before the bronies took over and like ruined it for everyone.
Well, they've got this idea in their head that adults are going to have to watch this too. So they always put in like that underlying theme that kids don't pick up because they're just here for the color and the creatures and the happy music. But, you've got good examples of that now with like Adventure Time. Like I watch that now and it's like, that's basically the alternate to the Cold War.
Yeah.
What if the missiles did go off? And then you're like, holy shit, this is fucked up.
What I find funny about Adventure Time is children don't like it. Like actual children don't like it because it's weird. Like it's too weird.
Whereas mid-20s love it.
Oh yeah, because the thing is, I got Marin into it, and then I stopped watching it, and now she's like full on like. Whereas I probably stopped like season 2 or something, but like not that I don't like it, I just kind of was like, nothing's really keeping me here. But yeah, I've noticed like a lot of the shows I love at the moment are cartoons. Like they're not necessarily like it's like Archer, Rick and Morty. Archer is so good. Rick and Morty. What else am I watching? Yes. But that sort of thing, and I think it's like, because I like it, and sort of trying to explain to, because I remember back when I was really into anime, my parents were like, oh, it's cartoons. I'm like, no, but it's like adult. It's any genre that exists in Western media, but just animated and Japanese. Like it's the same thing. Like you can have your your horror anime, you can have your slice of life anime, you can have your this, that, and the other. Your porn.
What's the other one?
What's the thing? That's
because there's only 3 genres of media. There's horror, slice of life, porn.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all there is.
No, just porn and what's not porn. And the other 5%. No, but the other thing, that's everyone's favourite I think
Porn.
kind of kids show, the ones that don't pander to them. But then you've got the ones that do, and you had the ones growing up that were educational, so your parents would try to make you watch them.
Magic School Bus.
Magic School Bus
That's
is
a good
one.
show.
Oh, that show was great.
The one that came to my mind was Captain Planet.
See, I never watched that as a kid. No. But then when I was in year 7, I was like obsessed with Captain Planet. I had like at Dangerfield, they had like Captain Planet t-shirts, and like a family friend bought it for my birthday. I was like,
Oh, it's great. It always end up with the lesson of this is how you recycle and this is how to treat the grass, that kind of thing. But you gotta love the elemental powers, ground, fire, water, love.
Hey, Marty was like
it
the
you
worst.
that showed me the parody?
Yeah,
Which
with
one?
Don Cheadle.
Oh, that I've seen. Yeah, I was gonna say like this big.
You're a tree. You're a tree.
Everyone's a tree.
Did you see they kept going? There's like 5 parts
Yeah,
of it now.
so
Jesus.
good.
Was gonna say, but back to like binging things as an adult. That as a kid, I'm currently in the middle. I'm nearly done. Futurama.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love The Simpsons and I owned seasons 1 to 3 of Futurama I owned the first one on VHS, so there were like 3 big clunky mofo boxes, and then I've got like 2 and 3 on DVD. And like I must have watched those hundreds of times. So like rewatching it, I'm like, I still have this almost memorized.
Yeah.
Just because because I don't know, so part of me is like, I think I do prefer Futurama, but then now rewatching it, so from season 4 to 7, which is what they're currently up to. Why do you keep doing that?
No, keep talking. I'm just
Okay.
gonna check something.
I realized that it's still good. It's not, because a lot of people are like, oh, Futurama, because it's been cancelled 4 times or something.
Yeah.
So it's still good, but there's a lot of my issue with it is they're making a lot of the same jokes. Because a lot of the stuff in the earlier seasons, it's kind of stuff, it's not like, oh, that's offensive, but it's just kind of oh, it's not funny. We don't laugh. A lot of gender stereotype stuff, a lot of the humor's based on that. And it's just I get that you're trying to go for satire, but it's not, you're not hitting the mark quite there. I see what you're trying to do, but the thing is, I'm like, oh, it's the early 2000s, late 90s, whatever. I think season 7 aired, 2013, 2014.
Yeah,
They're still making those jokes. And it's
Yeah.
guys, come on.
Well,
what are you doing?
I was going to say as well on that, a lot of our childhood as well could be in a different time, the 90s, even, which isn't that long ago, which is a scary thing. But you had a lot of these really offensive things. How was that okay then? So we had grown up gollywogs, the blackface dolls. A book that, stays strong with me is The Magic Faraway Tree. And you basically had Mr. Moonface, who was essentially a pedophile.
Oh, I did not.
Don't recall
You
that.
have all these weird
Read
things.
the
Go
book.
back and look it up.
Yeah.
It's messed up. So you've got a lot of those creepy things that everyone just kind of chose to ignore.
One thing I really like about all the adult input to kids' TV show, there's one that sticks with me because I watch a lot of those top 10 stuff.
Yep.
It's all the sexual innuendos. It's there was one, my favorite one is from the Justice League
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
show,
yeah.
and it's got the Flash going I'm the fastest man at everything, and then Hawk Girl's is that why you don't have a girlfriend?
And that's a kids never pick up that, but that's a little bit for adults.
Favorite. I love one. Do you guys remember Animaniacs?
No.
Oh, you'll know it if
yes.
you'll know it if you see it. Anyway, I don't know what that show's about to this day, but I've seen snippets of it. It's these I think it's Looney Tunes or something, but so they're these I don't know, I think cats or something, these creatures. Anyway. And it's kind of semi-meta, but there's one bit where randomly they're look for a mystery. It's look for Prince, as in fingerprints, and then she just randomly pulls out Prince the singer.
Oh, God.
And then the guy's no, fingerprints. And she looks at me and goes, I don't want to. And I'm oh!
Oh, jeez.
Jesus. I was so that they got away with. And God knows when that came out. But I was that's a thing.
When we were kids, and this is probably something I want to fish up on because we're going quite long. But, growing up as kids, how did you watch your media? Because we kind of had the, Cheese TV, Saturday Disney, these kind of shows that, streamlined a bunch of shows in a row with cheap advertising for those shows in between. Is that going to change? We're into Netflix and Stan and stuff like that now. Are kids going to do that?
Well, Stan actually has a kids.
Yeah.
So does Netflix.
Yeah, but I think Stan's is more program for just click on this and just hit play and something will come up sort of thing. I think, I don't know, but I remember I never had Foxtel as a kid, so cable. And whenever I go to my grandparents who had it for the Greek channel, I'd be just praying. I'd go over Cartoon Network and just praying for friggin' Powerpuff Girls. But the thing is, it could have been any time of the day or night. If I used to sleep there, so I just get random Adult Swim stuff, and I was I shouldn't be watching this, but where are the Powerpuff Girls? Because I was just waiting for
There
it.
was the stuff you didn't even enjoy that you'd fake a sickie just so you could watch TV. So you'd watch a bunch of crappy shows Just the ABC.
Ready, Steady, Cook.
Ready, Steady, Cook is a big
Ready,
one.
Steady, Cook.
That's for older though. But then you had like Bob the Builder and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
yeah.
cartoons.
Because there was like Roller Coaster, because there was ABC Kids, but then they had that Roller Coaster. Do you guys remember that? Which was just before The Simpsons. No. It was like a kids programming, so they'd have all like Pigeon Boy,
yes.
Cornel and Bernie, if anyone remembers that. Like those
Pigeon
weird,
Boy.
because a lot of those shows are actually Canadian.
Yeah.
So like a lot of that weird Canadian kids TV shows.
All
But,
of Canada's weird.
Yeah. Well, Babar is Canadian.
Oh, that was my jam. I love
Right?
that. The little elephant. And then
that
again,
And then he was a king.
and being like again that different thing that there was I'm pretty sure it was the uncle who they like personified as gay, but they never really mentioned. They're like, we can't get away
No,
with
that
it.
was he was the royal advisor. I think I
That's
know
the
who you're
one.
talking about. Was that Cornelius? No, Cornelius and
I always call it Baba.
it probably because
No,
I'm on the
I
show
think
like
you're right.
Babar. So I'm like, well, obviously,
Well, that's the thing that we can't watch what was on, but
yeah.
kids growing up are gonna have their iPads from 5 years old
Yeah.
and
Right.
be scrolling through. No, and they're gonna be very picky and choosy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be weird to think about. We're gonna be adults going, you shouldn't have spent all your time on your iPad.
iPad is for homework for my children. Like, no, I'm one of those people.
The thing
Go
is, when
outside,
you have
eat
children,
dirt.
iPads are gonna be gone.
Go
Whatever's
outside
next.
and eat dirt.
That's what I did. Maybe the man I am today.
That's why I don't learn so good.
This is why I English.
Not enough dirt in the brain. Yeah, I was gonna say about. Doesn't matter. Cut this out. I can't remember.
Well, let's wrap it up on
Well,
that.
then.
We're not cutting that out, you realise? Like, that's how we're going to finish it.
That's it.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us for our second podcast. We'll be back with Daniel's topic.